Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's P Films. Man, in today's news, we got Suave Drilly. Rest in peace to Suave Drilly. My condolences to the family. My condolences to the Drillies. My condolences to everybody on that side. Yes, we're not gonna act delusional and act as if we don't know the life that some of these guys are living, but it still is always heartbreaking to hear that one of them lost their life. So rest in peace to Suave Drilly, man. Today we got the news that according to news sources, they're saying that he was walking from seeing his parole officer. I think he was with his parole officer at that time, and he was shot 6 times, which ultimately led to his death. First, it was reported that he was just shot 6 times, but then news came out that he did unfortunately pass away. I spoke to a few people that know him, and they did confirm that he did pass away. Man, whatever's y'all favorite Suave Drilly song, man, drop it in the comment section, man. Drop it in the comment section. I remember first hearing about Suave Drilly early in the Bronx drill scene, man. I remember when Spaz Drilly was home, man. Shout out to Spaz, and they dropped Op Spotter. I think it's called Op Spotter. Let me just double check that. Is it Op Spotter? Let's see. Yes, they dropped Op Spotter. I believe their Op Spotter was first, and then K-Flock dropped his Op Spotter in response to them. But man, their song is at a mill. You know, in most of Suave Drilly's songs, he was talking about, you know, his infamous fight with K-Flock. You know, he even says K was lacking, he ain't know I was a creep. So he talks about it a lot in music, but a lot of people didn't know that him and K-Flock did get into a fight, and Suave Drilly tells it that he won. And when I speak to people on K-Flock's side, like his managers, some of the people that's around him, the older guys, they was like, they did get it on, but they was like, it was a good fight. Once they said it was a good fight, I was kind of like, yeah, if my man said it was a good fight, then I probably lost, because 9 times out of 10, if I won, my man's just gonna straight up say I won. So I did hear that Suave Drilly did get it on with K-Flock, and he kind of got the best of him. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but that's what I heard. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. He's most known for that song, Op Spotter, starting out with Spaz Drilly. He was in prison for most of the Bronx drill wave. So he never really got to experience the clout from the music that he put out. Him and Spaz, they ain't really get to experience that. I don't even think Spaz has an interview out. Suave Drilly, my interview with Suave Drilly was the first interview. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think he's been home for a full year or 2 years. Let me confirm that, but I don't think so. Okay, he's been home for about a year and some change, but he hasn't been home for 2 years. It's crazy that he's been locked up for all this time, and he comes home, and it's like you barely spend any time, and you already, you know, you get murdered. And it's like, damn, son, we know the life that these guys are living, but it's so unfortunate to hear that. I remember in the interview that I had with him, he talks about having a daughter and how you know, it's just a beautiful thing to come back home and be able to hang out with his family, be able to chill with his daughter, and just to know that he won't be able to do that, you know. And she, you know, she lost her father. It's unfortunate. It's truly unfortunate. It's crazy because after our interview, everything was cool, but sad to say, he and I didn't end off on the best note. Now I'm saying he came at me about the interview. I think the comments, he didn't really like the comments. He has said things publicly and all that, but I never, at my age, you know what I'm saying, I'm not gonna go back and forth with anybody. You know, I know some of these guys, they frustrated, they going through a lot of things and all that. I mean, they dealing with serious situations. So I don't be going back and forth with these guys, and I don't hate none of these guys. It is what it is. You say something disrespectful, it is what it is. Cool. I'm not gonna respond to you. I don't care. So despite what he said publicly or how he felt about me publicly, I don't give a damn about that. It was always still love to Suave Drilly, love to the Drillies, love to his family and all that. I ain't really care. I do wish we was able to speak, have a respectful conversation, because I never like to end things off on a bad note with people. It does nothing for me to be at odds with artists. You want to build with artists, do dope interviews, and help them tell their story. It never benefits me or the artist to be at odds. So I wish he and I was able to speak, but unfortunately we weren't. But it's all good, you know what I'm saying? I would never speak bad on his name or anybody around him. And plus, Yami G's is my guy, you know what I'm saying? And that's his guy. So at the end of the day, I would never do that. But yeah, man, every day we're reminded that the streets is real. You know, a lot of people are running with this whole streets is a myth idea, and I disagree with that. The streets is very real. You can ask some of these kids who their parents are either serving life behind bars or their life was taken from them physically, and they are no longer here to raise their children, go to their children's graduation, walk their daughters down the aisle when they get married, drive their sons up to college, and you know, hug them goodbye. That just shows you it's very, very real, man. And sometimes when I would see Suave Drilly going back and forth with people online, and they taking pictures of him and posting it online, and I'm like, damn, son, yo, for all the diss records and the beef that he's in, and he's just standing there comfortably like that, it just seemed like, wow, that's a dangerous game to play. And I know a lot of these guys, they be tough. I get it, you tough, but don't be overly tough to where you think it can't happen to you, you know what I'm saying? And that goes for anybody. That's not for him, that's for anybody, you know. I see guys like C Blue, Jaydot, Geek, you know, they're obviously dissing him and all that, you know. I seen Lil Tjay dissing him and all that. And I guess it's to be expected, you know, because that was the ops, you feel me? So that's the name of the game. This is the culture, you feel me? But it's unfortunate to see. And another brother lost his life, man, due to senseless violence, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna try my best to remember the Suave Drilly that agreed to do the interview, pulled up to do the interview, laughed throughout the interview. We had a good day. He was excited about the interview. We put it out there, and it did well. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna remember him for that. He was even trying to get me to do the Spaz Drilly interview, so I'm gonna remember him that way. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to Suave Drilly. Shout out to the Drillies. And my condolences, man. And y'all already know how it goes, you know. Like, comment, share, subscribe, follow. And if you ain't tapping in, you tapping out.